What happens when you mix A-list actors with a story about loss that also references Neverland and Wonderland? You wind up with the PG-rated stew that is Come Away, the new live-action film from director Brenda Chapman. Brave, the Prince of Egypt, that stars Angelina Jolie and David Oyelowo, also a producer, as Rose and Jack Littleton, the parents in a downer of an indie family movie. Although the film follows children Alice, Kira Chansa, and Peter, Jordan A. Nash, as they imagine tea parties and sword fights, it's filled with more grief and sorrow than fun and joy. A warning: if you're looking for an uplifting movie right now, look elsewhere, and you would be wise to also avoid the new Secret Garden film for similar reasons. But what should you know about Come Away if you are considering watching it on Friday, when it's available in theaters and on demand? Let's review. For starters, the young son's name is Peter. He quite literally calls himself Peter Pan at one point. And there are a number of other nods to the story of the boy who refuses to grow up, but this one is particularly memorable. Rose Jolie gifts her daughter, Alice, a tinker's bell made of the extra copper that the tinker had left over from mending the pots. Rose explains that this bell represents a fairy. Upon receiving her present, Alice whispers, "Tinker Bell, it's wonderful to meet you." As you may have guessed, the references are not subtle. Indeed, the daughter is Alice. Gugu Mbata Raw plays an older version of her. There are a number of other Alice in Wonderland symbols, too. We'll share just a few. Alice hosts tea parties with her stuffed animals, including a white rabbit. Alice takes a potion that makes her feel as though everything around her is bigger. And Alice sees the Queen of Hearts card and character in her surroundings throughout the movie. Jack is a craftsman who builds impressive models of boats, though the parents' names do not appear to be Titanic references. Rose comes from the upper class but, much to the disappointment of her sister, encourages her children to play outside and make up stories. No, Jolie and Oyelowo do not appear to have any on-screen chemistry, but yes, they each have emotional scenes where they can show off serious acting chops. Early in the film, their eldest son dies, and they spend the rest of Come Away grappling with grief. Like we said, this is not a happy movie. As the Littleton parents deal with loss, they turn to vices, alcohol for her, gambling for him. There's money trouble. There's extended family drama. There's a child who gets slapped in the face. There is a parent who gets seriously injured. There is not a lot of fun to be had, and an eclectic pawnshop owner doesn't make up for it. Fortunately, there are some bright moments in Come Away, particularly when the children are enjoying themselves outside. The audience sees the youngsters in nature playing with sticks, and then watches as those sticks become swords and bows and arrows. Though those moments are magical and the references to fairy tales are countless, that doesn't make for a film full of wonder.